And welcome to another episode of Dos and a Half Cincos. This is episode number 89. This week we cover in our movie of the week, Suicide Squad.
Wrong.
What?
It's The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, David.
I was going to say The Suicide Squad 2021,
No.
but the other one was just Suicide Squad, right?
Yep. This
Yeah,
one is
whatever.
The Suicide
The
Squad. Just
Suicide
like it's
Squad.
The 10.
Before you corrects me again, as always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
All right, guys, outside of The Suicide Squad, what else did you guys see this week, Ben?
Did you just mispronounce the Suicide
The
Squad?
Suicide
Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
Squad. It's like a
Squad.
a 3-year-old with a speech impediment.
So it's the same as the other 88 episodes. All right. I started watching Ted Lasso. Have you guys watched Ted Lasso?
Woo! I told you guys about that.
Oh,
Is that the soccer
well,
one?
Yeah. It's the soccer one.
With
I
Jason
don't.
Sudeikis.
I hate soccer so much that I can't even entertain the idea of watching a show about.
There's
soccer.
not very much soccer in there.
I think I've seen like maybe a total of like 10 seconds of actual soccer in the show, and I'm already
That's
pretty
like
much at season 1.
That's like 9.9 seconds too many.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you all already know this story about the American football coach from Kansas becomes the manager of a premier English football team, and he doesn't know anything about soccer. So it's this kind of weird thing where it's like, why do you get hired? And you kind of find out. It's a surprisingly wholesome show. I kind of like it. I think we've been binge watching it for the past week. We're almost done with the first season. It's pretty good. It's from the creators of such shows as Clone High and Scrubs.
What?
So-
What's his name?
Bill Lawrence.
Bill Lawrence.
Yeah. So it definitely has a little
It's
little
quirks
hints of
and-
that. Yeah,
Mhm.
quirks and everything. You know, I think I like pretty much every character in that show. You know, at first, you know, they all come from a whole bunch of different backgrounds, and you hate some of them, and they all kind of warm up to you. Kind of like
Mhm.
it's actually kind of similar to Scrubs with Bob Kelso, right? You fucking hate his guts at the beginning, but damn if you don't love Bob.
Then you love to hate him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
then you love to hate him, and then you love him. You
And
know,
then you
just
just
like
love him. He's just
And then, of course, there's the soccer stars that you get to see. You'll see all your favorite soccer stars. Like Riga, too. Riga. Perluga, and Perluga.
and Pizzoza. And then I'll be signing autographs. Look. But yeah.
Oh, broke Ben.
All right, what about you, Stu? We're on a time crunch here. We're trying to finish things. Stu, did you get a chance to finish watching the Halloween Joker thing?
That was me, you asshole.
Oh,
Wait, you were supposed to watch it, or
you know-
Stu needed to watch it?
the DC thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask Ben. I was looking for it on HBO Max. I couldn't find it.
Oh. I
not
don't
on
know
HBO
then, because I
Max?
watch it with Bowie. I think so. We were
Oh,
streaming on Discord, so I don't know.
Ooh, wow! You hear that? FCC
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. SEC,
One of those C's.
FDA,
Uh,
DEA.
FCC, FBI.
So, based on what Stu is saying, it sounds like Stu hasn't had a chance to watch it, so
No,
forget
but
I even asked.
Yeah, but
So
I have
what-
watched some other good stuff.
Ooh, okay.
Really just oldies but goodies. I watched Predator
Ooh.
just because. I mean, I could probably say that like once a week. Like, oh yeah, I watch Predator. And,
I watched To Catch a Predator.
Why don't
With
you
an
sit
S,
down?
right? Predators.
Why don't you have a seat?
Do you know why I called you here?
Chris Hansen this summer, the Colombian jungle, the elite squad of special operatives.
Played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I watched that. That's always a good one. And it reminds me of a time when movies were good. And yeah,
Is it just because we've run out of ideas? Is that what's going on? Like we have a lot of movies that just kind of circle back and forth, kind of like our movie from today, right? Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
kind of.
I actually heard something kind of related to this in the past week. I mean, you all watch like Hot Ones and stuff, right?
Not
once in a
religiously,
while.
but I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah. Like I'll watch them every now and then. But there was an interesting answer that recently came out of the newest one with Matt Damon. So Matt Damon was talking about his career and how everything's going, and he actually started talking about how movies that he likes aren't really being made anymore. And he was really bummed out about that, and they kind of delved into it a bit, and he gives a very thorough answer about like why those kind of movies don't exist anymore, the ones that we're thinking of. And it's unfortunately that a lot of properties, we keep recycling through the same ideas over and over again, like superhero stuff and like remakes and all that. They do that because it is
Cheaper.
with movies in the past, there used to be this idea that even though your movie did not do that well in the box office, during its theatrical run, you'd still recoup a really, really high amount of money from DVD sales or VHS sales. And pretty much because of Netflix, because of online streaming services, that doesn't exist anymore. Like they don't cut those kind of deals anymore. So even though like your movie did really, really bad in the, when it was showing in theaters, you would still be able to at least like, recoup all your costs from DVD sales because it just keeps going and going and going. That doesn't happen anymore. So studios are less willing to take chances on, new ideas or like, even mid-range like movie ideas and like shove them out to the public, for wide releases. So it's really risky. If you ever do see like like an indie sounding idea or something that doesn't have a lot of explosions or like superheroes flying around, a lot of CGI, there's probably going to be a big name attached to it to lure audiences in. Otherwise, that kind of movie just will not get approved by a distributor. Yeah, so I was really surprised hearing about that in Hot Ones. I'm like, huh. But I just want to see Matt Damon choke on it,
On a hot wing.
That's really interesting, Matt. Now try this really spicy one.
Can you tell us a little bit what you? Yeah, it's just like milk's not going to help you now.
There's boogers coming out of his nose. Like, yeah, that's what we want to see.
That's what I wanted to see, but we didn't get that.
Drink some still water. Am I?
We
right?
really are.
Actually, there is a movie coming out with Matt Damon that I am pretty excited to see. Have you guys heard of The Last Duel?
I think so. I haven't. I think I saw a poster for it.
It is. Yeah, it's a medieval Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I saw in the previews for. Yeah, that does look pretty good.
Yeah, so this one I'm particularly excited for because it's both Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and this is the first time that they've teamed up to write something together in a very, very, very long time.
When was the last one? I know that one of the biggest ones was Good Will Hunting.
I think it might have been Good Will Hunting.
No, that was the last time they worked together on a screenplay.
It was
I don't
first
know.
and last time.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was
it was so good we couldn't repeat it, but we're gonna do it 20 years later.
I mean, it might be kind of scary, like their rise to fame. It was so fucking good, right? And I guess there's a lot of pressure coming out of that. It's like, capturing lightning in a bottle. Can you do it again? It must be very tense. So maybe after all these years, they're like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. I got an idea. Let's do it.
Was Ben Affleck like, nah, I don't want to be the opposing star, or
I don't know.
Get Adam Driver.
I don't know. Well, Ben Affleck is in the movie. I don't know what everyone's role is, but yeah, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and Adam Driver are in it. And man, have you seen Adam Driver?
That's right.
Damn.
It is the first movie we've written in 25 years or something, according to Ben Affleck. And
let's
and
fucking
Damon.
do it. I'm all in. How do I like them apples? Holy shit. Let's see it.
Wow. Okay. For me, just now, Walking Dead update. I'm in now season 3, so
you have like so many seasons to go, bro.
I know there's still 7 more before we even get caught up at all. So it's I didn't think I was going to get into it because I watched the first season probably about 3 times through, trying to get into it and just never could. But watching Irene's like reaction has been fun. So that's the reason why we got through season 2, and so hopefully, I'm hoping that I can already feel like some of the things are kind of already running out of, like, I feel like it's already running out of steam.
Let me tell you. I think I can tell you. I don't know if you want me to tell you this or not. It's not like a direct spoiler or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like a overall grading of the seasons, or maybe more of like a
Rating,
a pulse of the overall seasons. Season 4, from what I remember, is pretty garbage.
Yeah, that's actually where I dropped off.
But then it picks up again, I think, in like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll keep you guys up to date. We've been plowing through these pretty quickly. Started this about a week ago, and we already got through seasons 1 and 2. So I mean, season 1 that's 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because I think season 1 through 3 were all really good, and then 4 took a dive. And I think
just as an update, Rick is going crazy. That's the part I'm at right now.
I think it took a season and a half or so to bounce back.
Is it okay for me to skip 4? Is there anything important in 4?
I mean, you might want to try like giving it a try, but then if it's like oh wow, this is bad, then probably just like Cliff Notes it.
All right, Wikipedia open.
Yeah, what happens in season 4? Okay.
All right. Let's move over to our box office rundown really quickly, and then we'll get into our movie of the week. This week, net number 1, as no surprise, is The Suicide Squad with 26 million, but the surprising number is the total, only at 26.2. Jungle Cruise at number 2 at number 15 with 15 million. Number 3, Old with 4 million. Number 4, Black Widow 3.9. Stillwater at number 5 with 2.8. The Green Knight drops from 3 to 6 at 2.5 million. Space Jam: A New Legacy at 2.4 at number 7. Snake Eyes at number 8. Number 9, Escape Room: Tournament of Champions at 1.3 million. And Fast F9: The Fast Saga is almost out of the top 10 at number 10 at 1.2 million. The ones that fell out of the top 10 were The Boss Baby, Family Business, The Forever Purge, A Quiet Place Part 2. Also to note, there's a lot of interesting notes about Pig. Do you guys hear anything about the Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah, I actually wanted to see that.
Yeah, I've heard it was pretty good.
I heard it's actually really good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it.
But part of me feels like it might be another Green Knight scenario where it's like Metacritic's really, really high. Like critic scores are really, really high, but I'm just like, it's also Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Nick Cage and it's rated high, it's got to be good.
Yeah. It's about him and a pig and cooking. Yeah. Hell yeah!
Like it's one thing for just a movie with some random actor to have a high critic rating and a low audience rating, but if it's a Nick Cage vehicle,
wait. I want to see, how does this balance out? So we got Nicolas Cage, high rating, right? So you want to see it. Now let's throw in another thing into the mix. What if it had the guy from Hereditary?
I mean, it probably would be the same idea as Green Knight, where it's like, oh, the critics say it's really good, but it's like, okay, I guess. The X factor here is Nick Cage.
Okay, but is that X factor enough though? Because he's gonna need it. Because guess who's
genre-defining performance?
The guy from Green Knight?
No, the guy from Hereditary.
They're like the, I don't know.
One in the same.
They're like a / Pakistani version of Michael Cera and
Jesse Eisenberg.
You guys are the same, just different, but still the same. Speaking of box office, there were a couple of things I wanted to bring your guys' attention to. Things of note that came out this past week. Quentin Tarantino wants to do a remake of Rambo. Have you guys heard about this one?
Yeah, and I remember that there was like a name attached to it, and
Adam Driver.
Oh my god, that's what it was. Woo!
Have you seen that? I don't know about
those pecs. Like, you seen that? Have you seen those pecs? Oh my god, he's already got
exactly This is exactly what I thought the reaction was going to be. Steve'd be like, "What the hell?" And then Ben goes, "Hell yeah, give me some more of that Adam Drive it into my veins."
It's because Ben wants Adam Driver to drive it right into his
pile drive him.
That's why they called him Ben Swole. Have you seen that? Oh my god.
Nobody called him that.
I did.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see him as a young Rambo, but like in his face. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
All right. Speaking of other actors that are going to be replacing iconic roles,
but real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Quentin, this better not be your last movie, though. This doesn't count. Reboots don't count.
Yeah, I agree.
This doesn't count towards your last
but
film.
Question is, does this count as part of the Tarantino universe? Is he just
to fold Rambo into the Tarantino verse?
I don't think he wants that.
Then what makes him think that we want Adam Driver as Rambo?
You can see a bandana in the background. It's very similar to the one John Rambo wears.
Please let that be the tie-in. Please, for the love of God. There's Mr. White and there's Mr. Blood.
No, it's just Rambo eating Kahuna Burger.
Speaking of other tie-ins or reboots, so to speak, have you guys heard about who the new Wolverine is?
Wait,
no.
I thought there's been rumors, but there hasn't been an actual official
It's
confirmation.
almost confirmed that it's going to be Scott Eastwood.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's what I keep seeing keep getting popped up.
I'm
not confirming it, but all the sources I checked. Screen Rant, IGN, they're the ones who are mentioning that Scott Eastwood's going to be the next Wolverine.
If that were the case, that's going to be very disappointing, I think.
Who would you have casted it instead? Obviously, it's really hard to replace.
Oh my God, have you seen
that? Stu, do not feed the beast. Do not feed him.
Yeah, just feed me Adam Driver.
Dude, Ben, you and John Oliver have the same obsession with Adam Driver.
Who doesn't? I mean, if you're a healthy-minded individual and you just stare at Adam Driver, oh my God! I'm looking at him right now. I'm looking at him right now.
I don't see what I'm. Yeah, that's a good title. All right. So you would have said, Ben, who would you have suggested to replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
I mean,
you have to.
Yeah, I know. You have to replace, you have to put someone in that role. And, honestly, Hugh Jackman is getting a little bit old for the role. They're looking for someone young, someone that could, resonate with younger fans. And I don't know about Scott Eastwood. He hasn't been very likable in many of his movie roles. And, I mean, honestly, it does seem like he's just kind of doing chasing after daddy, just yeah, I mean, Clint's a great guy. I'm a great actor, too. And it's just
we have a black Captain America now. Do you think it's time for a black Wolverine?
I mean, maybe. I mean, if the person fits, yeah, sure, why not?
Donald Glover.
Ooh, how about that?
Donald Glover.
He's too short.
Yeah. Well, no. Wolverine
you could just lower the camera. It'll make everybody look taller.
Well, Wolverine is supposed to be short. That's the weird thing.
Is he?
Yeah, Wolverine's supposed to be really short, and it always comes up in the comics that he's so fucking short compared to everyone. It's just that Hugh Jackman wasn't.
I need you to fact check this.
He's going to add 40 pounds of muscle though.
Yeah. If I were to choose someone an upcoming actor that's kind of famous but not really there, I would like to see Taron Egerton in there. A guy from Kingsman. I thought that was his first role, and he fucking knocked it out of the park.
Okay. What about you, Stu? If you had to replace, I guess since we just mentioned both, new Rambo, who would you put instead of Adam Driver, for Wolverine?
See, the problem is I don't know a lot of actors. I don't know actors' names so I can't even really answer the question. I feel well enough to say I can only judge other people's answers.
Excellent. X Factor. Okay.
But for Rambo, I would definitely choose Danny DeVito. Danny
DeVito. I mean, he basically is John Rambo.
You're just going Rambo.
Speaking of other noteworthy news, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser at Disney World is set to launch probably in the next couple of years. It is a $4,800 or $6,000 a room for a Star Wars experience with VR but it's just they put you on a starship essentially, or I don't know what this is called at this point, a Star Cruiser. One night, yeah, $4,000, $4,800 to $6,000 a night.
Well, we could just fuck off to Vegas and rent, or
just
get A New Hope on TV.
You get to decide if you're going to join the was it the
Don't say any new trilogy shit.
it's not Empire, it's the new one.
Yeah. Well, there it is. No one's going. Okay, what the fuck?
I mean,
no.
if it doesn't like take you up into space where you can shoot the those like laser turrets.
Yeah, with that little targeting system thing.
Yeah,
then
it's a waste of money.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what they're building up there right now. At this point.
Really, I was reading or watching something where they were talking about how just the price of these kinds of things they're basically making it so that only like the ultra wealthy can go to these things without bankrupting themselves.
Yeah. So if you look it up, you can fly the Millennium Falcon. Apparently, you can join the Resistance or the First Order. So it's what it's called. It's like this immersive experience. They will debut the first like lightsaber thing that they the actual retractable one. I'm not sure, but
that was the big news that was sticking out everywhere. Was that for whatever fucking reason on that cruise they're gonna have a working lightsaber or some shit.
Well, it's 2 nights for 4,800 or 6,000. That's for the cheap rooms. But they haven't gotten to the expensive stuff. They haven't mentioned what that is. Some other stuff. South Park cited $900 million contract for 14 films, season 30, and a video game.
Yep. 14 films?
Yeah.
Yep.
That
worth it?
Like
yes or no?
But they'll probably knock it out in like 2 nights.
Yeah. You can do it last minute.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a lot of work.
Oh fuck! We're supposed to release this in theaters tomorrow. Shit.
Oh fuck. Just write it down.
Yeah. What's going on right now in the news? Oh my god!
Bring back Saddam Hussein.
Yeah. 14 films.
14 films, season 30, and a video game.
900. How much?
900 million. They signed it with Comedy Central.
That seems like either way overpriced for one season of South Park or super underpaid for 14 films.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much work they're actually going to put into that.
That's true, also. And knowing them, they'll probably actually do like $2 million worth of work.
I know we're joking about them doing it the night before, but I feel like
it's probably not going to be far from the truth.
It might be a week before the release.
Yeah.
We have a name, but we have no idea what's going in it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. All right. Last piece of news, and then this will.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is.
So, last piece of news, and we'll tie this into our movie of the week. Ben, have you heard who the person that will be reprising his role as Knuckles?
Oh my fucking god! I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it. I can't really imagine it either, but I'm willing to see it. I'm willing to see it.
Stu, I know that I think we all pretty much enjoyed that Sonic movie, right?
Yeah,
for the most part. So it's going to be it's going to be Idris Elba. It will be playing Knuckles in the.
What do you mean reprising? Did he play him before?
Yeah.
I'm saying it because I always thought he was supposed to
be. Anytime I saw Knuckles, I always pictured
Idris Elba,
a black British guy.
Yeah, exactly. Black Superman. All right. So let's go ahead and jump over to our movie of the week this week. Unless you guys have some other comments about our box office at all. No surprises here.
No, shut up.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Fresh off his recent ass-kicking by Hobbs and Shaw, presented by Fast and Furious, Black Superman is reborn as Bloodsport, who is called upon to lead a ragtag group of misfits when a paramilitary group takes hold of an alien technology on the island of Corto Maltese and threatens the balance of power. Here we go again. Another suicide mission for the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, Suicide Squad. So that is... For that, Stu, what were your thoughts on the Suicide Squad?
Well, if you were to hold it side by side to Suicide Squad from whenever the fuck that was, 2017?
2016.
2016. It's definitely kind of almost like, I feel like night and day. And I feel, although any movie, I think when you hold it up to Suicide Squad from 2016, it just knocks it out of the park. But, I mean, I wasn't bad. I think it definitely. I don't think it was great, but it was definitely more enjoyable than probably any of the more recent DC movies, with the exception of the Snyder Cut. So yeah, I mean, it was fine. I think it was definitely carried by by what's his name, Idris Elba, and Margot Robbie. It's always fun to see her playing, you know, what's her name, Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
But at least, you know, not in the context of the previous movie she was in. But yeah, it was fine. It was a fine movie.
Yeah,
definitely I'm glad I watched this at home movie. I'm glad I streamed this at home movie.
Score?
I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Ben, you?
I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was pretty stylish, funny, had some heart, and fuck, that was some hyper violence. That was some good old fashioned hyper violence. We got some great performances out of the cast. I really think everyone knocked out of the park, no matter how small their role ended up being. I will give it a 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, so me and Ben are on the same page. 8 out of 10 for me. I think this is the way that DC should really kind of build their movies, right? Marvel tends to be a little bit more family friendly, not so much on the extra blood and like fatality type of killing stuff or like endings of people. But I feel like having a little bit more grit definitely has lent itself to like DC's kind of like a calling card. And I think they should really lean into it the same way they did here. I think Gunn did a really, really great job in kind of like blending the humor and just kind of giving them like something to stand on for them to kind of build on. I hope the next movie for DC will be just as good, if not better. Obviously, that's a lot of hope because we've definitely seen a lot of flops from DC and Warner Brothers paired together. I enjoyed myself more than I thought I was going to, but I mean, it's hard not to compare it to the old one and just go like, man, that was a whole bunch of crap. But they're not calling this a reboot. They're calling it a rebranding and a sequel, something like that, right?
Honestly, I think it's just a lot of fancy footwork to just say that they want a do-over. They want to fucking mold.
Yeah, it's like, forget about that first one we did. Although I really wish they like would have tried to bring Will Smith back instead of having blood sport.
Yeah, Bloodsport. I mean, they're pretty much the same guy, right?
I would have rather have seen what's his name, Blood, whatever his other
Deadshot.
Yeah.
That would have been funny if it was Deadshot and Bloodsport, and then instead of having John Cena, but then also at the same because we can't see him. I mean, it's just
like it's like who's this? I just see a helmet.
A toilet seat just floating around. Guys, before I know that we're running a little bit low on time here, but I wanted to ask favorite moment, I guess, out of this entire thing.
Ooh, favorite moment.
Damn, there were a lot of moments that made me laugh. So this movie definitely had like a good comedy aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
There was one part that like really made me laugh, but I can't remember what it was. But I know that one scene, it was just a really, not even like it wasn't even really like focused on the scene, but it was like when they were first, and this is kind of going to spoiler zone, everyone.
Yeah, we're just gonna assume we're in it right at this point.
So it was like when they approached that camp of like the freedom fighters and they were sneaking in. First of all, just the whole concept of like they just murdered everyone but they're supposed to be, they're actually like allies. Just that whole concept was pretty funny. But there was one specific scene when like Peacemaker and Bloodsport are kind of like they're competing with each other over their
coolest kill.
Yeah, coolest kill. Or actually, it was leading up to that where they're still sneaking in, and John Cena or Peacemaker just has like his little axe, and he like just starts like stabbing it into like this guy who's laying on he's like laid up on a medical bed. And he's just like casually just stabbing along his body. Just like that part made me laugh. Just like, yeah, whatever. Stab.
What about you, Ben?
I do like this one fight scene. I didn't really like the beginning part of it. It was Harley's breakout scene
Oh, that
where,
was cool.
yeah, I didn't really care too much about the gunplay there. Her picking up the
Mm-hmm.
gun and shooting down the halls and everything. But after she picked up the javelin, it got really stylish. It was just like, oh, okay, and it kind of reminded me of that
Guardians
hallway
of the
fight.
Galaxy.
Or no, not Guardians of the Galaxy. The hallway fight from Old Boy.
Yeah.
That one continuous shot where it's just like tracking her. But there's a lot more style dripping away from this. Every time she stabs someone with the javelin, she was flying around everywhere. It was like beautifully choreographed, and you got all the flowers like flying around everywhere. It looked great. But that's just like one part of the movie I really enjoyed. And like Stu said, there's definitely a lot of funny parts as well. I feel like there's just like so many fucking parts. There's this one part that I watched this movie with King Bowie, and we were waiting until there's this one specific scene that came up, and it was when they just captured the Thinker, I think, and they were on the roof, and they were all enjoying empanadas, right? So this scene was kind of infamous before the movie actually came out because John Cena was like complaining about this one specific scene in the upcoming Suicide Squad where they had to do so many fucking takes of it that he was going to throw up because every time they took the take, he ate a whole empanada. And apparently according to him, he ate upwards of 60 empanadas.
I mean, that almost, I mean, for a guy his size, you'd think that wouldn't be too big of a problem.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. But the great part about it was, I think he complained about this in a tweet, and there was a picture attached to it where he looked so fucking defeated, just holding his fucking empanada, wearing the Peacemaker outfit. He's just like, I have to eat this fucking thing again.
Why didn't he just like have a few nibbles and just have it in his hand?
No, he's a method actor, man. I respect that.
He was told you got to finish it.
Yeah. The other thing I did really like about this movie was the absurdity of fucking Polka Dot Man, just bring him out and David Desmalkian like just fucking selling the shit out of it, like the fucking existential dread this guy has. And oh my God.
Thank you for reminding me of my favorite scenes from this movie though.
Wait, what was it?
Basically, anytime he pictured his mom.
Oh my God,
yeah.
that was great.
Starfish.
Oh my God,
that was amazing.
And him in the club, holy shit.
Yeah.
Ben, didn't you say that you didn't like him in this? Like you didn't want to see him in this movie?
Did I? I thought I said I really wanted to see him in this movie.
For some reason, I thought last week, Stu, help me remind me if I misplaced this, but I remember Ben saying something like there's like an actor that was in this movie you didn't want to see. You're just like, oh, not this guy again.
Oh, I don't
Was
know.
that him?
I don't.
Okay,
I have to check the receipts, but I hope I didn't say that because I love David Desmalkian. He's been up and coming. He has always been sticking with all these roles that seem really interesting. He's always like the side character in a lot of like
the
comic book
henchman
movies.
for the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him, and I remember seeing him like, wow, that guy has a very unique look, And you keep seeing him over and over in all these like comic book movies, and I'm really glad to see him actually like stick it out, and now he is one of the main stars in Dune. It's like, holy shit, you made it, man. It makes me happy to see that.
So, did you guys know who King Shark was played by?
Sly.
I did like all his scenes too.
I like King Shark also. He's like DC's Groot.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be really bad. I was like, oh, they just put the shark in there. And then I read all of the stories about how James Gunn like wrote this, and he said, Sly, I wrote a role for you in this movie.
I wonder how he took that.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, it's perfect for you, Sly. It captures everything about you.
I know. So, yeah, the beefy king shark. That was awesome. I thought it was I was like, oh man, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm glad we watched that, so I enjoyed that a lot. So, guys, any other thoughts before we go and wrap this one up?
Shout out to Nathan Fillion for TDK.
Oh my god,
I know.
TDK.
Why didn't we get more of the TDK?
I did like the part where he's like, when they're all like dying, and they, like his arms are just getting shot up, and he's just writhing on the ground.
Or when Merle gets sent away, he runs away from.
Yeah, I think that whole beginning scene was a great setup. You know, you get like introduction to all these characters; they all have this unique look, and you know, you get
off half of them.
Yeah, you kill off pretty much all but 2 of them, and like or 3 of them, I guess. You know, spoilers, but yeah, like the way that they set up Merle, right? And like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna do. You know, he's like bouncing around this ball, and he killed that bird, and he just runs away like a bitch and dies. You know, just like
no.
That was great. I liked it.
It's weird. Well, I also thought it was weird that like, because you know, everyone basically all those people in the beginning just die instantly. But they still gave him like title credits. Mm-hmm. Like Jai Courtney had a title credit and he fucking died.
I like that. I think, you know, it's kind of like a misdirect. You know.
Well, no, but I think the title credit came after he died.
Yeah, I know, which is great.
If the misdirect, it should have happened in the beginning.
But is he alive? Who knows?
No, he's totally dead.
You don't know that. It's a superhero movie.
That's also true. It is DC. I mean, if there's enough like Twitter support, I'm pretty sure they'll try to figure out a way to.
He actually didn't get emulsified by the helicopter blades.
Yeah, he didn't, because they weren't spinning fast enough. And what you have to do to get a good emulsification is you have to slowly drip it.
You have to pulse first. Pulse.
I guess this is just one. Because I'm looking at the IMDb cast page. I didn't realize that. Well, there's no way to realize it, but that Sean Gunn was Weasel.
Yeah, I feel like, James Gunn always put Sean Gunn as like, the freakiest looking thing, or like how he was Rocket or something. I don't know. We'll have to see what he is going to be in the next project, right? Maybe he'll be literally a fucking inanimate tree or something.
Here you go.
I did like him in Guardians as like the Ravager guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the Ravager guy and Rocket.
And Rocket.
Yeah. There were a lot of tie-ins with Guardians of the Galaxy from there as well. So
yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Movie of the week next week, Free Guy, correct?
Ooh.
Is that the one that's coming out? Okay.
Yeah, that is the one that's coming out this Friday with Ryan Reynolds.
I have a qualm about this movie. All right, I got a big qualm. I was somewhat excited to see this movie, right? I was like, like if there's nothing else around, I'll give it a watch. Huh?
Waiting for the butt.
I told Letty about this movie, right? And we've seen trailers for it, and she's like, I'll pass on it. You can just watch it yourself, right?
You kids have fun.
Yeah. However, after when we're watching The Green Knight, there was a trailer for it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know why during The Green Knight, but there was a trailer for it. And have you guys seen the new trailer for it?
No.
Okay, the new trailer featured a really, really buff Ryan Reynolds. Like, I think they just green screened his face onto a buff dude, kind of thing. And he's like shirtless and walking around everywhere. After the trailer, Lady's like, "Hey, let's go watch that movie." I'm like, "Oh, you."
Wait a minute. Why do you have a qualm with this? I thought you'd also be more excited.
That's not Ryan Reynolds, though. I don't know who that guy is. It's Ryan Reynolds' face on it.
You want true Ryan Reynolds.
I'm a purist. I am a purist.
You want Blade Trinity Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh, let me tell you about Blade Trinity Ryan Reynolds. I never watched it.
All right. So, guys, join us.
Beefcake.
All right, guys, join us next week as we review Free Guy as our movie of the week. As always, you can find all our podcasts available on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to hang out and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/dose.5incos. As always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
Guys, don't forget to tip your Reiki master. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye.